So it says students at a major university in Southern California are complaining about a serious housing crunch. Many of the university students it should say, have to commute too far to school because there's not enough housing near campus. The university's official response is to perform a study. The study reported in the school newspaper contains the following histograms summarizing the commute distances for a sample of 100 students. They were really nice and used 100 because it's easier to calculate my percent that way. We want to figure out, based on the histogram, find the proportion of commute distances in the sample that are less than 8 miles. So if I'm doing less than 8 miles, what I'm really going to do when it tells me to find the proportion is I'm really finding the percent as a decimal instead of putting the percent sign in there. Well, if I'm doing less than 8, I'm going to do those two numbers together, right? 25 plus 27 would give me 52, right? 52 out of 100 is what is a decimal? 0.52, right? That's why I said they were nice, they did it out of 100. If it would have been out of 150, I would have probably had to do some dividing. So, write your answer as a decimal. Do not round your answers on these ones. So just reading your histogram and then figuring out your percent as a decimal answer. So, the moon illusion refers, roughly speaking, to the common experience that the moon appears larger and closer to us when it is near the horizon than when it is at its zenith. Wishing to investigate the causes of the illusion, which are still debated, we have designed an experiment in which the participants must adjust the diameter of various circular lights placed at eye level to match the diameter of a fixed circular light placed well above the eye level. And they have a thing where they looked all this stuff up. We have tested 25 participants and recorded it for each participant. And so, based on the histogram, find the proportion of adjustable fixed ratios in the sample that are less than 0.80. Write your answer as a decimal, do not round. So, less than 0.80, I'm going to have all of these, right? Now I could add all of those up if I wanted to, but the shortcut would be, I know my total is 25. If I only have 2 that are greater than that, how many do I have that are less than that? 23, right? There's a total of 25. 2 are in this section. That means this must add up to 23. I have 23 out of 25 in that section there. If I have 23 out of 25, I now need to change that to a decimal. So I'm going to divide that one out with my calculator, and I get what? 0.92. 92%, or 0.92 since they want it as a decimal, are less than 0.8, right? So number 3. Number 3, we still have our moon illusion problem. They just wrote the table a little bit different. This time, notice they wrote the percentages above them instead of the total number. So instead of having to find the percent, all we're really going to end up doing is adding. We want to find the proportion of ratios in the sample that are greater than or equal to 0.2. So in other words, I want all of these. Again, I could add all of those decimal numbers up, or 100% is what number? 100% is 1 as a decimal, right? I could just take 1 and subtract this 1 from it, because all of them should add up to 1. 100% is 1. If I take 1 and I subtract the 0.8, I should get the same answer as if I add all those together. So if I either add all those together or take 1 minus 0.08, I would get 0.92 again. It was the same answer because it was the same problem, just a different way of writing the table. So on some of the tables, they're going to have the percentages already marked. Either you can add them up, or if it's quicker, you can take 1 minus what's not in my group and get my answer that way.